We spent the last week on the east side of Mallorca in a secluded bay called Cala Mitjana. The place is paradise on earth. Even after a week, we did not get restless about leaving. A few days in, people started writing us to let us know about a new Medicane situation that was supposed to hit within the week. We've seen it make headlines on Boulevard News, but didn't really make much of it since it disappeared from our forecasts. It did make sense to take a closer look and figure out what to do though, because even if there's no new Medicane coming, the weather pattern itself did not seem to be very great. This week we try to understand the late summer phenomenon. This week we try to understand the late summer phenomenon of torrential rainfalls in the Balearics and make our way to a safe harbor on the west side of Mallorca. Also, we hit 2,500 subscribers. Thanks for joining!
The first question we asked ourselves is, what exactly is a medicane and how does it form? This is what we learned. A medicane is a Mediterranean tropical-like cyclone, and the word Medicane comes from putting the words Mediterranean and hurricane together. Even though the Mediterranean Sea is technically too cold for hurricanes to build up, they can still form under the right circumstances, and these right circumstances seem to line up this week. A to the Spanish people well-known occurrence is the so-called La Gota Fría, which literally means the cold drop. This phenomenon often takes place in autumn when a low-pressure area with cold air reaches the Mediterranean, where it clashes with the warmer air of the Mediterranean Sea, thus resulting in severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfalls and strong winds. The one thing that is different this time is that the low-pressure area with its cold air now pushes all the way down to Morocco in Africa, where it then takes the warm jet of air from the Sahara back with it towards the Mediterranean Sea. This results in an even bigger difference of warm and cold streams of air clashing into each other, causing the storms to become even more severe and creating circumstances that can keep the storm stable for days. When this happens, the storm has time to form an organized structure that can then turn into a medicane. The worst rain is predicted to be on the east coast of the Spanish mainland and on the Balearic Islands, with extreme winds on the northeast and east coast of Mallorca. It is set to start on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and will reach its peak on Thursday and Friday. So with us being on the east coast of Mallorca, in Cala Mitjana, and with this severe weather front coming in, we decided to look for a safe and affordable harbor to hide for the week. And that is why we are making the jump to Andratx today. Good morning, we are leaving early today because we have a long stretch and the days are very short. So it is about 6 right now. We did a quick dishes and Alex is going to retrieve the lines now. I don't think you can see anything. There is Alex, that little tiny light. He's taking the lines in. It is a bit rainy, that's why we're wearing this gear. I need to go help Alex now.
Alright, lines are off. The dinghy's up. Enough lights are on. Ah, what a beautiful day. So we're leaving Mitjana behind. It's been a rocky night. Now we're trying to find the exit of the Cala. I can see it.
It's so dark out there.
It is.
There's nothing.
Alright. There we go, the open ocean.
Some tea.
Thanks.
Good timing. Just when it starts to rain.
5.5. We'll be there around 4 to 5 or something like that. It's gonna take another hour to go around the south end.
Yeah.
It's just a motor day then.
How does it feel to have rain again?
It feels like when we went to Corfu.
Oh, our very first time.
Yeah.
So we made it through the bridge, huh?
Whoa! Perfect. This is my thing. I love it. I love every second of it. It's a first, huh?
It's been a first rainy day in like forever, yeah. Also, the first day we actually wear more than a bikini when well, you don't wear a bikini, I guess.
Sometimes. It's almost November.
Making us some oatmeal breakfast. So we only had a cracker. I'm starting to get hungry. It is actually a Jamie Oliver recipe. He's the one who taught me how to make good oatmeal. 1 to 3 oatmeal water, no milk, because milk makes it really slimy. So when I make the oatmeal and it's almost done, I just put in a little bit of milk for the taste, a tiny bit of honey, some cinnamon, and then you have a perfect oatmeal. That is Cabrera, an island we are not going to, unfortunately.
Maybe next year. So we just passed the south end of Mallorca and now we're heading straight to Andratx. It's a long way to go. It's no wind but waves from the side.
Yay, good day!
It's a different day.
So pretty today.
That is what my heart says.
The reason that we're actually doing this much of a stretch today and going all the way from one side to the other side of Mallorca is because we've looked at many harbors, but most of them are really expensive. Like for our 36-foot boat, you pay about 60 euros a night, and chances are big we're gonna have to stay for about a week. And the city of Andratx, I hope I say that right, they have a nice public port, and that is actually only about 25 euros a night. So that fits a lot better in our budget, in case we have to stay 6 days. That's why we're making all the stretch today, even though we can't sail and we motor. But it's worth it in the end. Plus, Andratx is supposed to be a really beautiful city, so then at least we have a nice place to hang out for the week. Making some lunch?
Lunch.
Always a good idea to make soup when we're going from left to right like this.
It's a soup day.
Yeah. Thank you. Woo!
Halfway. Just need to cross the Bay of Palma and then head into Andratx. We're gonna moor up here on the public key. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes, good times.
That's what my heart says. I wanna be with you always. You are my world in every place. It's the things that you do, and it's the smile on your face. And as time goes by, I know I'm in a
boat! Look at how small the paddleboard looks. Behind me you can see some pretty impressive cliffs. They're really, really high. And that is right next to the port of Andratx. So we're almost there. It's like 2 miles in. Behind me, somewhere in there. We made it. How long have we been on the way? 10 hours? Unfortunately, not a single breath of wind, except for 5 minutes where we suddenly had 18 knots on the nose because there was a squall coming. And then we had some rain, and then it was all gone again. All in all, a very good day, and I'm happy we moved. And we have a new place we can go explore. Puerto Andratx, Puerto Andratx. Do you have a spot for the night? Over. This is looking really good. The public port where we're going is here on our starboard side behind me. And there's also a big concrete wall protecting that. So we should be really fine from swell. There's nothing in here. This is where we're gonna sit out some heavy winds. Right, try again. Try to go a bit to the left first. Take the line, right? We made it! It's the first town key since Greece, to be honest, like a public port. And it's a pretty good spot. Look.
It's like Greece, but with a mooring line.
And we have electricity and everything included in the price. And we only pay $23.30 a night, which is awesome. For Greece, that is almost expensive. For Italy and Spain, that is basically free. This is the wall that is protecting us. But look how pretty it looks out there. He's always on his phone when I'm not talking to him, or when I'm talking to him too.
Six in the morning, and the winds have been hitting us for hours. Everything's fine, but once in a while, when the gust hits, the cleat on the mooring cracks. So I'm going to attach a second line on the mooring and distribute the load on both cleats, because that doesn't sound healthy.
Our first night wasn't all too bad. The day started off with some beautiful cloud formations surfacing over the mountains in front of, next to and behind us. During the daytime, the winds picked up from time to time and dark clouds started to form all around us. With as only consequence though that we had beautiful skies to look at all day long, making us feel like we were in a cloudy paradise. Working on loosening up the lines again?
Yeah, there's some distance and tightening the mooring, because tonight's the second day. It's going to be worse.
Well, it was not really bad today, was it?
No.
Nothing really happened. But the marinero told us we should take a bit more distance. He's a really nice guy. So that's what we're doing. We're trusting his judgment. With nightfall came the intense rainfalls. And shortly after that the thunder started. We have never seen such intense lightning. It actually started to hurt our eyes at some point.
Yeah, Mandy didn't want to anymore.
Ah,
Now we're outside.
and really wet. Thought we could maybe find a cafe or something where we can have a drink. Most things actually seem to be closed. And now we're really wet, but thunder's right above us.
2 hours ago it hit Ibiza and it's moving to the east. So now it's our turn.
We're still in the middle of the water with the big mast, so if it hits, not that fun. And if it hits, it hits. So then we're rather not on the boat. The heavy rain and lightning lasted all through the night. And when we woke up in the morning, the rain had brought us a little gift from the Sahara.
So it's all good this morning.
The whole boat is filled with sand.
Yeah, everything's full of Sahara sand again. It's like the beginning of the season. It's very interesting that this actually happens. And you have sand from the Sahara on your boat.
I really hope that the rain would clean the boat, not make it dirtier. Didn't expect that.
No.
That is such a disappointment. I thought it was an easy job. After the second day, the weather forecast changed, and luckily the Medicane didn't get the right circumstances to develop, giving us a great week in Andratx though. Still one of the most beautiful ports we've ever visited. We hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you so much for watching. This week we would like to thank our first patrons, Mike and Renee. A huge thanks to you guys for believing in us. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and next week we'll be back in Greece. Hier kommt die Balearics.